Welcome to today's Sculpt Lower, and may the fourth be with you. Okay, so we're going to start with a hip thrust. You'll see me position myself in the middle of my back. I'm not going to rely on my elbows. I want to be postured on the middle of my back, and I can use my elbows as a balance. I'm simply just pushing through my toes and heels to extend my hip. Here I'll show you the side angle so you can see where that position is. Again, I'm not going to use my elbows as support. I'm trying to find like basically between the middle of my shoulder blades and be balanced and secure, and then just simply squeeze your butt at the top of the rep. I'm going to show me using some load. If you have a dumbbell, kettlebell, whatever, you're going to position it right on the pelvis and make sure you can safely do that movement. For B1, we're going to do a staggered stance good morning. I have a light kettlebell just to show load position. We go heel to toe and right around hip width for your starting position. You can see that better here. I'm hinging at the waist, keeping my back flat, not rounding my lower back at all, squeezing my butt at the top. That lead leg hamstring should be where you feel tension. Quadruped hip extension hold. You basically just extend your hip. Try not to rotate your hips though. We want to try to stay square. Here I'm using a band. What I want you to see is I'm going to position the band under one of my knees so it doesn't slide, and then I'm going to go extend the hip. I'm going to do it on the other leg too. As I bring it down, I'll put it right under my right knee. Then I'm going to extend my left hip open and my left knee straight. Side plank clamshells. We're going to brace with our elbow and our knee. We're going to push up into a side plank position, squeezing our obliques. And then we're going to finish and hold that position with a bent knee star plank. Do your best to open your knees as wide as you can. The first movement in the Metcon is an isometric lateral calf raise. You're going to lean against a wall. The knee closest to that wall is going to lift up, and the other leg is going to go into a calf raise. The goal is to keep as much of a contraction on that calf as you can. You can rest a little bit between each leg. Okay, the prisoner high knee lateral steps. Find an object to step over, but try to get your knees as high as you can. So you're going to lift them up and then lift overs. A lot of hip work right here. All right, this is the single leg crossbody cone touch to crossbody lunge. We're going to place our object to the outside of our lead leg. Leaning over and touching it, we'll go into a reverse curtsy type lunge. We need to keep that knee tracing over our toe, keeping that chest upright. And lastly, we have our rear foot elevated split squats, also referred to as Bulgarian split squats. You'll notice that I took 3 steps off the platform. Your knee doesn't have to touch the ground. My knee does come forward a little bit. Here I'm going to show you a side angle. I put both of my calves against the object, and then I go heel to toe, and then heel to toe, heel to toe, heel to toe, and I put the top of my foot on that object, keeping my chest upright. I drop down, extend the hip, drop down, and then extend the hip at the top.